Well, good morning. You know what time it is. You're on with Big J, and it's time to talk sports, news, and information. We're excited to bring you another video, content conducive for your hearing. We appreciate you, all those who have subscribed, who are a part of our podcast, and who are helping us get towards 3,000 subs. Once we hit 3,000, we're going toward 5,000, 10,000 very soon. We want to say we appreciate you. You are amazing. And for your support, we salute you. There are some things coming down that we're going to do physical that are part of our perks. Not just help me helping you build your channel, but we're going to have some giveaways and some other things. We're going to make it very, very, very amazing for you to be a part of. So again, we salute you and say thank you for being a part of Big J. Let's talk. Let's get into the thumbnail. Charles Barkley blasting Patrick Beverly. It was a punk move. It takes one to know one. If you ever watch Charles play, you know why I say that. It takes one to know one. Let me say this first of all. The narrative suggests that Pat Beverly did the unthinkable and trying to injure Chris Paul out of jealousy, spite, or just being a dirty play. But let me help you out with something. It takes an individual of the same caliber to get under your skin. Pat Beverly is that type of person who called Lonzo Ball a B when they're running down court. So Alonzo comes back when they're playing against the Clippers. He's now playing for the Pels, and he's just dropping dimes on Pat Beverly and talks to him running down the court. What you have to understand, Pat Beverly plays a mind game. And the mind game most times is not based on physicality. It's just based on mental abuse of a player when they're on the court. And he's good at what he does. But doing that, sometimes you run into yourself. And most people can't deal with the self. That's the hardest thing. And Sigmund Freud talked about the self. He talked about the id having to be the go-between between the ego and the superego. So then he said the id was what controlled it. But at times when you run into yourself, that id doesn't matter. All right? So when you see Chris Paul, he's just as mental as the game and causing other players to get fouls like Pat Bev. If you go back and you watch, he and Chris Paul and DeMarcus Cousins, he got in DeMarcus Cousins' head each game. Why? Because he kept faking the flop. Chris Paul was in DeMarcus's head. So it's the same thing. So guess what? Pat Bev could not deal with it because he could not get in his head. So because they're two similar individuals when it comes to creating or drawing fouls, he really frustrated Pat Beverly. Because you have to understand, when a person is used to playing mental games and they don't work, all right, you'll see that person changes, all right? And what happens is this. Pat Bev just changes. He said, you know what? The psychological game is not working with him. Let me injure this dude. Let me push him in the back because he's frustrating me. I'm usually the frustrator, but he's frustrating me. What do I do? How do I deal with it? That's why it would be unsafe to put him around any type of weaponry. Come on, Pat Bev. You just got a taste of your own medicine with CP3. He does it to everyone, just like you, bro. But the thing is, you have to learn to deal with what you dish out. If you can't, that don't make you a man. If you put it out there, deal with it. And with the repercussions of your actions, they're part of the narrative that you created because you wanted to be the man to get in people's heads. Let it flow. Let it flow. So Chris Paul, very smart, very intelligent. He gave Pat Beverly a taste of his own medicine. Isn't that something? When somebody gives you a taste of your own medicine and you have to deal with it, knowing that you were wrong. Yeah, so Charles Barkley, another one. He did the same thing in the NBA. That's why he didn't win any rings. The same thing. His narrative was to get in your head. So how dare he call Pat Beverly a punk? How dare he call him a punk? All right? So what I want to say again, thank you to all those who have subscribed. Now, For those who have not subscribed, now is your time to hit that red button that says subscribe. After you hit that button, go over to your right and hit that bell so you'll be notified when we upload new content. Also, do us a favor, smash that like button. We want to make the algorithm of YouTube know that we are important. All right, and the only way we can do that is with your help. You would help us, wouldn't you? If that is the case, then leave a comment. Let's talk about it. Let's dialogue about it. Even if you feel I'm wrong. Someone the other day left a thumbs down. I even appreciate that. Why? Because it's a part of YouTube's algorithm. Anything you say, anything you do has a passive and aggressive understanding which YouTube recognizes. So we want to say thank you for all of it because it does matter and you matter. Again, you know what I'm about to say. Be the best and the best you will become. Again, you've been on with Big J. Let's talk. Have a blessed day.